But I wanted to key on David Carl and just the growth you've seen in him as a coach and what he's been able to do behind the DU bench since your tenure there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought David Carl was someone extremely talented, extremely intelligent, hardworking, that I was fortunate to have in my staff, and I saw him get better every year. And then when, I made the decision to leave Denver, I thought he was the right person to not only replace, but also add to what the legend of Denver hockey is and what it means to the University of Denver. And he's done an exceptional job. I'm extremely proud of him, and I think the sky's the limit for him.
And Ian Mitchell comes your way in the trade today. Did you have any influence or say in getting a Pioneer over to Boston today?
Well, obviously that's not my area, but the general manager did ask me my thoughts on him, and of course Ian Mitchell's someone that I believe in and someone that I know is high character, high hockey sense, and high compete and can really skate well. I think he's going to fit in really well with the Boston Bruins culture. And
something your college players have told me about what makes you especially good as a coach is being able to get the best out of your players. Is that true at the NHL level as well? Have there been maybe some adaptations that you've made as a coach?
Well, you're always making changes, little wrinkles to how you connect with players, especially when you're going from amateur to pro. But I do think my ability to create a caring, trusting relationship with my players allows me to communicate and them to communicate with me so that we do what's best for our team.
The University of Michigan program, there's a few star-studded draft picks this year. Are you familiar with those players, Fantilli, Brindley?
Yeah, no, I know both of them a solid amount, just going back there and being around the team, last summer, and then skating with them and working out with them in the summer. So they're unbelievable guys and obviously great hockey players. So I think they're both going to be doing really well, and I just hope the best for them.
And what is the value of the Michigan program specifically that sets players up for the next level that you found particularly helpful?
Yeah, I mean, I think the coaching there is great, and obviously the schedule is really hard, but I think that the type of player that they have there, really competitive players that push each other every day in practice. I feel like that's what I had when I was there with Owen and Kent and a lot of those guys, and then they've kind of carried that on as we left. Just every day in practice, wanting to get better and pushing to that next team.
Have you gotten to catch up with Owen?
Yeah, definitely. We've been together a lot while we've been here, so it's been fun.
That's awesome. What is it about that program specifically that sets players up for the next level that you found particularly beneficial?
I think a big thing is they care about your development. I think that's a big emphasis there, and I think another big thing is they let the young players play and just go out and play. So I think the coaches do a good job there, kind of recruiting and then letting the guys go out and play and just kind of play for.
Have you been able to watch any of the players that are being talked about in this draft, Fantilli, Brindley, in their last season?
I watched a few games, so obviously I still got some buddies on the team, and basically every big game they had, I had it on and was able to watch them. So I'm excited to see where they go and how their careers kind of pan out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I was curious as a goalie what your goal song would be if you had one.
I changed it a couple times just in case it did happen. I made it PSI or PSY Gangnam Style just so I could dance to
That's
it.
pretty fun. I love it.
But it could change at any moment. Something that gets the crowd into is all I was caring about.
Is there something as a goalie that could warrant a song being played?
Maybe a shutout at the end of the game.
Love it.
Maybe during the All-Star or maybe during a star selection.
That's awesome.
Like that.
Awesome. That's all I have for you. Thank you. I wanted to know, especially now that you're acclimating to the new position, big change. You had to clear some cap space in losing Ryan Johansson. I'm sure that was a difficul decision to make. Can you tell me a little bit about what kind of a player was and the value he brought to this organization?
Well, he brought a lot of value. I mean, they got to the Cup final in 2017, and Ryan's a great person. You're going to find that out when you interview him. He's a big body. He's great on face-offs. I think he's going to fit in really well in Colorado. I think he's going to get to use his offensive instincts. They got some flyers on the wings. I think he'll be a real good fit. But we're in just a different window, going a little bit younger, and I felt getting Ryan to a team where he can still get a shot at that cup in Colorado, and us create some cap space for a window that he probably wouldn't be a part of. So I hope it worked out for both. Ryan, his impact on the team was exceptional. His impact in the community is undeniable, and I know that Nashville will be probably a place he'll come back to, and he'll call home and be a big part of the community for a long time.
And what you're alluding to with that new window is a change in direction, and one of that comes about in the change at the helm and Andrew Brunette. What does he bring to this team? What kind of a new look does he bring?
Well, I think what you find with Andrew, I think the game is changing, and I want someone who can talk the new game a little bit. Andrew's been in, he was a player. He played in the Coast League. He played in the American League. He played in the NHL. He's been in management. He's been on the bench. He's been a head coach. So and he's got an offensive brain, and he talks offense. And I wanted just to change that part of our DNA. We're drafting skilled players, and you need a certain profile, but I just wanted us to play faster, want us to play with using our skill a little bit more. And so, yeah, I think it's just the right change. I'm hoping he can connect with our top players like a Philip Forsberg and Matt Duchene and those guys, and get their swagger back a little bit. And I know he can do that. So, and then I know he can do. He's great at development. So, he's the right coach for us in where we are right now. And I'm excited to work with him because I coached him. I've known him for 31 years. And so there's a comfort there that I feel really blessed that I'm bringing back a original Predator, scored the first goal in franchise history. I'm bringing back Pekka Rinne, getting some of the more of our alumni back in the fold, and not that they were ever out, but I think giving them roles within the organization is where I want to continue to build with, and because this is such a great franchise and such a great city to live in.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
I'm excited.
3 Norris nominations later. I was wondering if you could walk back to when you first put on the Avalanche jersey on the draft floor and just tell me a little bit what that feeling was like for you, and now just how far you've come since that moment.
Yeah, I mean, I never really looked ahead to being at awards or anything like that ever, but no, just to be able to represent the team here today. Would have loved more guys to be here. I think other guys deserve to be here, but no, I'm very honored again to be up for the award. And, yeah, looking back to that draft day, it's pretty surreal. So it'll be fun to watch the draft in the next couple of days too.
And someone was with you last year, is Taylor. I was wondering if he was excited for development camp next week, and if you're even excited for him. He had such a step forward in his last season. He's probably excited to get in front of the Avs organization and demonstrate some of the way he's improved.
Yeah, no, he's super excited. I mean, I think he just wants to get down to Denver, and I know he really enjoyed camp last year. They did a really good job in Denver, so yeah, no, it's awesome to see his game just improving every single year. He's got such a long way to go, but I feel like we lean on each other for a lot of things, which is pretty cool. And I think I'll try and get some clips from camp of him this year, that's for sure.
And I asked you earlier in the season, but I was curious where you saw the biggest improvement with your brother's game this year.
Yeah, I just think the overall consistency. I mean, he ended the year with their top goal scorer on their team. He wasn't playing huge minutes either, but I think it's just I started to see elements of his game being brought together all in one, and I think he's got a lot of key pieces. It's once he puts them together that he's going to figure it out. So it's going to be super exciting.
That's awesome. Thank you.